If there's one thing I'm good at after 5 years of being a software engineering, is definitely creating. I started as a simple programmer slash developer on my high school robotics team. Then I went to study computer engineering and minor in mathematics at the University of Louisville. Did my first co-op rotation with Google as a research analyst and started my professional career as a software engineer at a big tech company. Look at my previous videos and you can see all the lines of the day in life I did at UPS. And throughout my 5 years, I got to lead multi-million-dollar projects work with unique stakeholders of Fortune 500 companies. I also still work as a software engineer, but in January I started two startups, one called Village and the other one's called Lucity Build. See a lot of parallels between software engineering and a tech entrepreneur. What I want to do today is create a video for existing software engineers or ones wish to become a software engineer. Maybe you could be in the middle where you have all the tools that you have, but you're looking for that job opportunity. I don't want to make any promises here, but if you take down everything I say in this video, there's no reason why you should increase your money goals in software engineering from 1x to 5x, could be even sometimes 10x. So let's not waste any time and jump into the video. Right off the bat, let's get into it. What is the essence of software engineering? A lot of people want to become a software engineer, but do not know what a software engineer really is. The important thing is to realize that we create a solution, in this case, a technical solution to a problem. This can be a non-technical problem that you create a technical solution for. And key, think of Uber or Lyft. With that out the way, since we know what a software engineer is, let's talk about the first piece of advice I would give, and that is what makes a great software engineer. Is your programming knowledge? How many programming languages do you actually know? And how efficient are you in those programming languages? I'm sure we all experienced the 10x programming in our group before we really understand the programming problem right off the bat. Those 10x programmers are the ones who grind leak code questions for breakfast. I refer to these as 10x programmers because they are good at one of the skills on becoming a great software engineer called programming. To be fair, coding and programming is very important in software engineering, but in my progression from a co-op to software engineering 2, is that programming is one of the least important skills in a software engineer. This may sound contradicting, but let's understand one thing first. Everyone who hired as a software engineer is experienced programming of some sort, whether it's front-end development or back-end or middle tier or patching. There is no shortage of software engineers today since there are increasing computer science degrees all over the world. From India and China, you have a lot of talent coming into the computer science field. What makes a good software engineer is not the coding skills, but the communication skills that set all the software engineers apart from each other. I recommend individuals who want to get the software engineering role in the field is to improve their communication skills. There's a stereotype that software engineers are socially awkward. If you improve just a small little in your communication skills on your day-to-day life, I feel like you could make progression in the software engineering world. Without communication, what tends to happen is what we call a bus factor. And what I mean by a bus factor is when someone leaves the company or is sick and someone else takes over your task or your previous coding project, then nobody knows what is going on because there's no proper documentation, no proper communication between various teams within your company. And this also leads to my second point, which is marketing. It's not necessarily that you don't have the capabilities to pass the coding interviews. It comes down to how you market yourself to stand out from the next developer, to show you have a unique advantage over others. Functioning as a software engineer in today's role, the technical skill cap keeps increasing because there is higher demand in full-stack developer skills. Recruiters are starting to value communication skills over technical skills. I know you are wanting to know how to market yourself in the job setting. When it comes to mid-year review or end-of-year review, take a look at all the projects and tasks that you completed in the year. Instead of labeling as I completed X, Y, and Z, like deploying something into OpenShift, but take a step back in how you project yourself and what you have learned during the course of the year, what you contribute to the team, how you solve the problem in the weakest part of the team. If it's documentation, you add a documentation to how to deploy things to OpenShift. Also present yourself in future proofing. So let me ask you this. Does option A or B sound better? In the past 6 months, I have completed in scheduling an app for flight dispatchers that can sign up for overtime shifts. Or option B, in the past 6 months, I have completed a scheduling app for flight dispatchers that allows them to sign up for overtime shifts. I future-proofed the application by using Google Cloud and addressing a major need for my business by ensuring payroll and FDA hours were thoroughly considered. Additionally, I communicated with developers and the business stakeholders about the importance of creating the app, which is projected to save our business $5 million. I often talk about my software engineers make great entrepreneurs. This leads me to my third point, entrepreneurship. If you take a look at your current job, often people change companies every 2 or 3 years because you have either outgrown your role, either you want to switch positions in your current job, or you have a better promotion or like a pay raise in a different company. As a result, software engineering does not have company loyalty anymore and often switch between big companies, tech companies like Microsoft, Netflix, and Google. Or they end up starting their own tech company because they use all their software engineering skills to build either website building sites or mobile applications or a simple tech startup like gaming. And this brings me to my next point. Never forget your role as a creator. In my opinion, software engineers are the best creators. I want you to take a look around your room or simply at your phone. We are surrounded by technology, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger by the years comes. And as creators, software engineers hold significant leverage and power in the technical era. Where most solutions are technical driven, I'll give you 2 prime examples where I created something from a software engineering. The first one is an indie game called Death Upon Us, where I use TCP and UDP for the multiplayer and connecting of dots in Unity. And then also I did a crypto or a e-commerce trading bot. And once you open up your mindset, you can create a technical solution for a non-technical problem any day out the week. Jew Gang, my last task for you all is I want you to think very hard. I want you all to write down where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, maybe even 20 years from now. How early do you want to retire? Your dream house. Really envision your dream life. For me, I write down my yearly goals and how I plan to retire by 40. If you are working a job, save at least 50% of your income. And if you're younger, invest a lot into stocks, high growth stocks, ETFs, maybe even cryptocurrency. I just want you to guys to invest. At your job, talk to your boss about quarterly promotions, on how to get from software engineering 1 to software engineering 2 to maybe increase your incentive plan. Lastly, open up your mind and you can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it. Start now and take the risk. If you like more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in to a video posting every week.